Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons: The Second Age. How are you all doing?
We're doing good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. If this illustration on screen is very confusing to you, you should have watched the previous episode. You
Yeah.
fucking idiot. What are you doing?
Wow.
Jeez. You
I'm
insulted
sorry.
Dave.
I'm sorry, Dave. No, no, because Dave clearly watched the last episode. I'm addressing the one random person who just happens to be watching this who isn't Dave. Of course Dave watched the last episode and knows what this drawing is.
I believe you're driving away our one viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes Dave.
Hashtag
Bye.
ruined.
Hashtag.
Friend.
So,
I'm gonna get cancelled, guys.
speaking of the last time we played this game, who wants to remind us of what happened?
Well, we started having just returned to the abyss after getting Arya cured of her feeble mind. And yeah, I believe we did we start straight away with the straight away in this spooky underground cave? Or did we travel a bit first?
I believe you started with the descent.
Yeah. So yeah, we were. Basically we're on the the side of a cliff, next to a cliff, and there was just a big drop down that we couldn't see the bottom of.
Yeah.
And we were thinking about how we were supposed to get down. Initially, of course, it was like, oh, it'll just rappel with rope, and Elizabeth has had bad experiences with climbing down things via rope, or climbing along things via rope, or just climbing in general. So she wasn't very in favor of that idea, and instead convinced the party that we're just going to jump off and use Featherfall. But our hopes and dreams of a slow, uneventful descent were dashed by giant spider webs all the way down the area, all the way down the drop.
Indeed.
We had a bit of a struggle with them. Grim tried to cut through webs initially, but it ended up taking multiple swings each time. Elizabeth got stuck and had to teleport out, but not before granting her and Grim the gift of flight, so they could just start flying down, because obviously the landing in the web cancelled Featherfall. And as we went down, Kelariis and Arya proved masters of avoiding the web, but Lyra got stuck on the last one, meaning she had to be carried down by Grim and Elizabeth. And at the bottom we hit a big pool of water. And yeah, there wasn't really very many places that we could have gone off to. We did see something skittering away from the water, which was concerning. The only way we found out was essentially by a route that would require us to dive underwater for a brief period, but we could resurface, and there were a series of tunnels above water that we could go through. And sure enough, we go up, we head into one, we dry ourselves off so we don't all fucking die of hypothermia. And we once again consult the compass for which of these tunnels is the correct one. We cross over to the tunnel we should be going through and continue our journey following the compass through a series of tunnels and open underground chambers, one after another, all featuring very much the similar landscape of rocks, crystals, and pools of water. Until eventually we reach one in particular, where we are ambushed by weird four-armed demon things and a giant crab spider thing.
Monstrous armored spider, yes.
Yeah, big armored spider.
Yeah.
And we have an epic battle for the ages, in which we are all webbed up, and Elizabeth gets webbed up twice, but we come out victorious, killing our attackers, and after a brief moment to prepare ourselves to move forward and deciding which way to go in a split path. While following the route that we chose, we come across what you see in front of you now, a big new chamber, which is, well, we hear noises first of metal, which turns out to be the lift system, which is being excellently diagrammed here. And so before you send Arya ahead alone to investigate, who sees a small camp in the clearing full of more of these creatures, these four-armed creatures, and some drow. When she comes back, we try and discuss what we want to do, but with few options and limited time, we eventually hear footsteps coming down the corridor towards us, and in a panic, Elizabeth turns the whole party invisible, and we simply press up against a wall and stand still, hoping that they will walk past us, which is where we left off.
Indeed. We are have omitted one important detail, which was the fact that when Elizabeth, in fighting off the giant spider assailant, Elizabeth did notify pretty much everything within, maybe a mile of your presence,
Boom.
by letting off a massive thunderclap,
Yeah.
which is the reason why the contents of the camp spilled out to come looking for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, desperate times.
Yeah. So I guess as we resume, Elizabeth finishes the components of the invisibility spell. The four of you fade from sight, and yeah. So yeah, the four of you fade from sight, and you're flattening yourselves up against the cavern wall in an attempt to hide. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Elizabeth's probably holding her breath for good measure.
In that case, everyone make me a stealth check with advantage.
Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, we have advantage.
I'm assuming that cancels out the usual disadvantage we have because
For having heavy armor, yes.
For God's sake.
I'm sorry.
Y'all are literally the worst at stealth. Why?
Yes, we are. I have a +3. I shouldn't be this bad. I'm bad, but I'm not as bad as those two.
Well, you know.
I guess that is kind of being reflected.
Give us a second roll on that, Grim, because that's going to be important.
Oh, I understood it. Cancelled it out. Okay, it was my bad.
Oh. Grim's actually hidden quite well then.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm sort of being a bit forgiving because of the fact that you're basically preempting and just hiding and not moving. Okay, so I think what happens is you hear the shouting and the footsteps coming towards you, and as the footsteps around the corner, one of these four-armed fiends lumbers around at high velocity, leaps off the corner of the wall, narrowly avoiding, basically treading on you, Kelariis. Launches itself off down the corridor and speeds off ahead at ridiculous speed. As you're sort of you pause there, holding your breath for a moment, and four drow dressed in, I think they're wearing armored breastplates. Yeah, they've got armored breastplates and leather under armor. Approach around the corner. Also, similarly, running, but they're a lot less quick compared to this other creature. They run around the corner, weapons drawn, checking their angles, making sure they're not about to get ambushed. They run on past you, get a short distance around the tunnel until basically they're still within line of sight, but they pause basically as they're about to get to the edge of the tunnel. They stop and seem to have a conversation in Undercommon. At which point, one of them appears to get slightly agitated, argues with the others, but seems to be quickly outvoted. The three of the drow proceed out of your line of sight up the tunnel towards the tunnel exit. And the one remaining drow remains in the tunnel, looking back and forth, seemingly on sentry duty. What are you doing? Also, can you remind me how long invisibility lasts?
I can, yes. It will last for a good hour.
Hour. Okay.
If I maintain concentration.
Okay. Because I was going to say, yeah, this exchange takes the better part of a minute.
Yeah.
But
Well, the problem is we can't really look at each other. We have to say something.
Or just do something.
And if we move, it breaks the invisibility, right?
No.
No.
it's
Only
any
if you
action.
only if you attack or use a spell.
take any aggressive action, basically. And also, as a friendly reminder, Arya, you can see everyone. Because they're all within your
Oh, right, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
your infrasight.
You have blind sight.
Well, yeah, so yeah, you can't see them, but you are aware of their presence, even though they're invisible.
Yeah. I know where they are. Well, I feel like we should take this guy out, so...
Question is how.
Well, if Arya wants to do this is an Arya decision Arya will make alone, unless people speak up. At which point, I'm going to require checks to remain hidden.
Yeah.
Because he is definitely potentially within audible range of you.
I'd probably give it a minute before I do anything, so...
Okay, you remain stationary.
That just depends on what the other people do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move until it seems like the others might be moving, because I know that I'm not very quiet when I start to move.
And yeah, I guess Elizabeth watching him and like looking around, but probably wouldn't act straight away.
Okay.
Is it possible to, like, choke him out?
You can certainly try.
We have to like grapple him for that.
I know. I mean, my strength is decent. But I have advantage, that's the question.
Technically, yes, because he is unaware of your presence. Or at least so far is unaware of your presence.
Right.
Well, nor can he see you.
Yeah.
Like,
Alright, I'm gonna try.
Okay, give me a stealth roll first and foremost.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you are quite easily able to stealth up behind him, and so you're going and you're trying to basically just like grapple him, like hold him in a chokehold, and either get him to submit or choke
The
him
goal
out.
is to get him to pass out, yeah.
Okay.
Because I want him to be quiet.
In that case, give me an.
Oh, and I specifically want to put my hand over his mouth too. So
I'm assuming you're trying to do it quietly.
Yeah.
In that case, give me an athletics roll with advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Does it succeed?
I need to consider something first.
That's mildly concerned.
It is a little concerning.
I can't believe we're about to wipe out a village.
Okay.
God.
Okay,
Village, it's a...
so, you grab him by the throat, like cover his mouth, and start to hold this chokehold on him. I'm going to consider that an aggressive action, so your invisibility disappears as you do this. So your companions see you see this guy pulled backwards briefly as you appear out of invisibility, as you start to choke him. You spend maybe about you get a good hold of him for maybe a good 6 seconds, and you feel him squirming under your grasp. Before he basically there is a shift under your grasp, and he turns into a shadowy vapor and appears 60 feet down the tunnel.
What the fuck?
He has the ability to teleport as a bonus action.
God damn it all.
Oh, and it does not require a verbal component.
However, that does put him basically right on top of your companions. So what are the rest of you doing? I will say, with the successful grapple check, he is currently gasping for breath and does not have the ability to call out. What are the rest of you doing?
Get it, boys!
I guess we need to take him out quick.
Your old dog pile.
Yeah, dog pile.
Oh no.
I mean, there's someone here who's really good at grappling. And
Yeah,
also
I
knocking
mean,
people
I could
out.
try to do the same thing Arya tried to do, as I think probably
Okay, so you're
course of action.
you're leaping at him to try and grapple him as well.
Yeah,
Cool.
because we saw for a moment Arya doing that before he teleported, right?
Yes, yeah. You saw her begin to asphyxiate him, and then he disappears, and he's basically a couple of maybe 10-15 feet from you, visibly gasping for air.
Man, this bitch has just a teleport that he doesn't have to speak about.
No.
Is that also with advantage, or is it normal?
You are still invisible, so make it with advantage again.
Athletics check, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Wow, that was really bad for.
It's not great.
That is pretty rough.
I I won't lie. He also rolled awfully.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So he has a grand total of 7.
Nice.
Frick this guy, I suppose.
So yeah, I think he's struggling for breath. The rest of you are getting ready to spring into action as Kelariis materializes behind him, literally hooks her arm around his neck, pulls backwards, literally leaning him back against her, in a full chokehold. And yeah, this time he doesn't have time to squirm underneath, and yeah, he is incapacitated.
And thank God, because I was really pissed that he got away from me.
Okay. I guess with that, then Elizabeth would just whisper, "Okay, so they're sitting down gently and get out the way they came."
Yes. Keep the compass.
Should we tie him up or gag him or something?
He'll be out for a couple of minutes, and I hope that should be enough. That should be enough for us.
And he won't have seen where we went, so it'll be hard for them to track us.
I'm pretty sure he knows. But that's besides the point. We only need to get from into one of these caves.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get going.
Okay. So you continue off down the tunnel back towards the elevators, and as you start running, you hear more shouting in Undercommon, as you approach the entrance to the tunnel. As you meet the entrance of the tunnel, you can see that basically around to your left, one elevator is finishing its arc up towards the tunnels, and there's another squad of 4 drow and one of the demons disappearing off down another tunnel path. It does look like there are still a number of both drow and fiends in the space below you in the encampment, but it is significantly reduced. There are maybe 10 now. 10 total.
Okay. So, now that I'm in the mouth of the exit to this tunnel, which tunnel does the compass seem to be pointing to?
It is not. It is pointing down towards the encampment and beyond.
Of course.
In that case, yeah, Elizabeth would say... Ooh. In that case, yeah, Elizabeth would just say, we don't want any of the tunnels. We want to get down to the ground.
Okay. Well, at least 2 of us are still invisible.
Maybe if we get to the lift that they just got up, that means it'll be going down soon, right?
Probably. Let's keep going.
With the way the platforms move in sync, it means that there is one about to come up to where you are, because they're on multiple loops.
We did wait a while, didn't we? Well. Let's hope this works out. We'll just
Okay.
have to, like, if there's somebody on the platform, we'll just have to ambush him.
Well, a quick look down over the ledge. There does not appear to be anyone on it.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
okay.
Okay, I guess we're taking that one down then.
Okay, yeah. A few moments pass. The lift platform rises up to where you are. You step out onto it, and it rides along to the next tunnel entrance, and then begins to descend.
Is there anything on it?
No, not currently.
Okay.
Are you making a conscious effort to disguise yourselves? Those of you who are not invisible.
Probably.
Yeah.
Can I?
Just lie down on the
I
floor.
was gonna say yeah. Get down.
Just
I was
lie
gonna say, yeah.
flat.
I mean, yeah, 'cause if you lie flat, like somewhere nearish the middle, they're not gonna see you until anyone who's on ground level isn't gonna see you until it reaches ground level.
Yeah, we'll just flat near the wall, I would say, because like it's basically impossible to see you guys then.
Yeah, exactly. At which point it'll be get up and go when the coast is clear.
Okay, so you're hitting the deck.
Yeah.
Hit the deck.
Okay. Two of you lay on the ground. The remaining 2 who are still invisible just sort of hang at the ready, like presumably weapons drawn.
3, don't forget Lyra.
Oh, Lyra's still invisible. Yes, of course.
I guess it wouldn't be as tense now that we're on the elevator, because you can just look around.
Okay.
I mean,
Although
I'm still I don't think I ever put the staff away, so I've always got the staff.
But what I was gonna say is, like, if I understood correctly, our first stop, however, is gonna be another tunnel entrance, right? Because this one came up, and so it's gonna go sideways next.
Yes. So it'll go past one tunnel entrance and then begin to descend again.
Oh. Okay, let's.
I guess we're
hope that's
watching the.
empty.
Yeah, I guess we're watching the high ground.
Okay. Give me perception checks, the lot of you.
Is it
Oh,
dark
I rolled
here,
that with
or
advantage.
it's pretty okay lighting?
It's currently it's quote unquote dim light, but they're basically your surroundings are illuminated by numerous pools of light of like
Okay.
fairly low light.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, non-dark vision squad.
It's basically yeah, it's like rudimentary street lamp levels of illumination. Like it's not super bright. Okay, so yeah, I guess Elizabeth and Kelariis, as you're sort of like hunkered down, keeping an eye on things, you notice that basically beyond this small encampment, the cavern continues onwards with admittedly like a bit of a lower ceiling compared to this like rise that you're up on, and it proceeds onwards into what looks almost like a forest, except instead of trees, it's twisting like spines that like curl up from out of the ground, and they look like half stone, half organic. They remind you of like the, I guess like the armor plates of large insects almost, except they're not flexible. They're fixed. They have a solid core rather than bending around a flesh. It looks basically it looks like the remaining drow and fiends that are in the encampment are making an effort to sort of form a rudimentary perimeter. There isn't enough of them to form like a proper perimeter, because this is essentially like a small encampment in like essentially like a clearing, quote unquote, of these not trees. It does look like, however, that they are marshalling a defense, and once you get to the ground, you could potentially slip away into this forest, but you'd need to make it happen quickly.
Where's the compass point?
Into the forest.
Well, okay, in that case, Elizabeth's going to say, just like, we can potentially avoid these guys altogether. I recommend we do.
Yes.
Yeah, I just kind of like nod in agreement.
And I guess
Yep,
I'd lead where the
same.
compass is pointing if it's not going towards the camp.
Well, it's a little hard for you to lead invisible. Well, I guess Arya can see.
I know where you're going, so just follow
Yeah.
me, Kelariis.
Okay.
And I'll follow Arya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody just follow me, and I'm following Elizabeth.
Okay.
Okay.
It's great.
Invisible party problems.
I won't do a claptrap and just yell, just follow the soothing sounds! My voice!
Oh, don't worry. I could always just flower you.
Don't
What?
flower me.
Although
Get
you
that
might
flower out.
like they think it's a ghost. It's fine.
I don't
Okay.
think the drow are scared of a bit of a ghost.
Considering they are literally hanging out in the abyss, I'm going to go with no.
You'd hope not, at least.
Although in this world where ghosts are very, very real and very, very harmful, it's possible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on it. That's
No, me neither. These guys are literally hanging out with half drow, half demon hybrid things.
Cool. So, the rotating platform of the lift comes to basically like a level of touchdown where there is like a wooden deck built at the bottom that is for the most part pretty empty, with the exception of like some very neatly packed like human portable crates, presumably for carrying things onto and off of the elevator. You are concealed for the most part from the buildings, but there are maybe 40 or 50 feet away, there are a couple of individuals who are forming part of this perimeter around the small encampment they've basically got their backs to the elevators because presumably they're expecting their teams who have just gone up on the elevators to notice anything that's coming down. But you're still going to have to be a little bit careful if you want to get past them. What are you doing?
Being careful.
like, you know.
It's without trace?
I could do that. That might help. Looks
does
at Kelariis.
I was gonna say that kind of that masks
Wow.
our sound, doesn't it? Like it obviously doesn't make us invisible, but it does.
It helps, yeah.
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 Off.
If you've still got spell slots for it, go for it.
Alright. Pass out, Trace. Boom.
Okay. Does that have a verbal component?
Yes.
It does. Okay. In that case, Arya, give me a, I guess a stealth roll without the benefit of the pass without a trace. First of all. Okay.
Don't need it.
Although, actually, I suppose.
I just turn and say it into the wall.
I just I pull up my shirt and I'm like. "Grr, grr, grr, grr."
Yeah, actually, thinking about it retroactively, yeah, they definitely can't hear you, because I also realised that the mechanical mechanism that lifts the
Oh,
platforms
yeah. Oh, yeah, of
is
course.
basically right next to you now.
Big loud.
Yeah, that would be pretty
So
loud.
yeah, they definitely cannot hear you, even metal clanky boys. It will still benefit once you get further away from the machine, but right now they cannot hear you. In fact, you can barely hear each other over the sound of it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I guess the compass itself is pointing currently like between us some of the small buildings, trying to take you to the other side of the encampment. However, it is clearly visible that you could go off to one side, go into the trees, and then loop around back towards the route you need to take. What do you prefer? Using the cover of the buildings, excuse me, or trying to make a break for the trees? Trees, quote unquote.
Yeah. I'd definitely rather go
Spires.
for the trees.
Spires, we'll call them.
Okay, I'll definitely rather go through the spires. I don't know about you guys.
Oh,
Yeah, that seems like a better idea.
I'd say cover, but like you've got the lead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess being next to the engines, I wouldn't bother talking, but I guess she'd like.
Beckon.
Knowing Arya can
gesture.
kind of see invisibility, yeah, would beckon to Arya.
Okay. So this is basically going to mean getting past one patroller. Elizabeth, if you're taking the lead, how are you dealing with this? You can still converse with your allies before you get there, but
yeah, they're not looking at us, right?
Not currently.
Okay. I guess she's just trying to lead the way while taking as wide a berth as possible.
Okay.
To minimize the chances of being heard.
In that case, everybody make me a stealth roll with advantage and the benefit of pass without trace.
This is gonna be.
Don't say it.
Don't do it, Minnie.
Yeah, come on, Minnie, don't do it now.
Sorry,
It's
do
gonna be
Arya and
great.
I also get the advantage, or I guess do I also, or does it just cancel out my?
Oh yes, if you're not invisible, it's just. Oh wait, no, hang on. Because I'm giving you the advantage from the masking of the sounds.
Oh, okay.
Rather than the invisibility. So technically,
just
Grim and Kelariis is flat.
Okay.
Not that Grim's matters.
Grim.
It's still a 16.
It's still a 16.
Yeah, 16, 17, 16, 17.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Okay.
Could be a lot worse.
Like we're just feeling them sixes.
You are feeling them sixes.
And if the GM is generous, then, the loud noise and our person currently only relying on audio will make things difficult.
I have already given you advantage to represent that.
Damn it.
Okay, so I will say, you are probably within 10 feet of this guy, when he pauses, clearly having heard something, and begins to turn, pulling a hand crossbow. Somebody react.
Well, I guess it's time to knock him out. That's my first instinct.
How?
like I guess I wouldn't have my sword out whilst I was doing this, would I?
Guess
Oh,
it
no, would you?
depends.
Well, like I'm invisible anyway.
I mean, I'll say you don't have it drawn at the moment. It's still a free action to draw it, but if you're going to do that, it's going to be going into initiative to deal with him if you haven't got something that you can do immediately.
I mean, I could Misty Step behind him. Or no, wait, I
Well,
used my Misty Step to say.
I'm-
Fuck!
I'm gonna say
Listen out, kid.
I'm gonna give you like maybe 30 seconds to make a decision because this is happening real fast.
How close is this person?
10 feet.
I guess I could try to banish him. I don't know how that's gonna.
No, my God!
Oh, you can.
Banish him?
Is that what Kelariis is doing?
Well, it would be very effective.
Yeah, if it works.
That's our best. Sorry, is this the person who's how close is the next person after this, or is this just this
You
one
don't
guy?
know because you can't see them.
Oh, right, fair enough. Yeah, it's probably your best
Okay.
option.
Uh,
It'll be clanking forward.
does banishment have a verbal component?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So can you roll banishment for me, please?
Just like the spell description.
Just a spell description, yeah.
Imagine you're just a normal ass guard going about your day, and then you just get
Yeah,
fucking banished.
I mean, we can put it
To
back
be
later.
fair-
It's fine.
To be fair, what normal ass guard hangs out in the abyss?
Okay, charisma saving throw. What is your DC?
17.
That's 18.
No,
No!
I tried.
Fucking elves.
Okay, so you whip out the holy symbol, cast banish. He like you see him gripped by the arcane energy, but he like he passes a hand like in front of him with his own magic and disperses the effect. The hand that was going for the hand crossbow is up and like on the trigger, ready to release. Everyone, give me initiative. Oh wait, I'll drop your tokens into the thing.
I tried.
It was a
Tried.
good effort.
Quickly. Yeah, maybe
It
if we
was
take him
so
out quickly.
close.
That was very close.
It was very good.
Okay.
Well, I have a backup plan, but you'll find out.
Initiative.
Or at least
Cool.
the token.
Oh, that is unfortunate. He got a 22 for his initiative.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah,
So, he
fucking yell.
yells out in Undercommon and
Wait, does Lyra move on the same initiative as Arya?
She
yes.
does.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. It's been a hot. Time.
It actually
Right.
changed, so
Who? It's Arya is the only person in the lead who is currently visible, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So he pulls the hand crossbow and fires at you, Arya. An 11 to hit.
Yeah. Oh no, that doesn't hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that hits.
Mhm.
The fuck am I talking about? Also, I could snatch that out of the air.
you
which I'm
could.
going
You
to.
can.
Do it.
Okay.
I'll do
So
it.
I don't remember what you have to roll to do this.
It's a
Do I have to
D10.
roll?
Yeah.
Actually, it's
D10.
only if. I mean, actually, yeah, to catch it, it has to hit. Because the way it works
right.
is you reduce the damage, and if you reduce.
Oh,
the
Oh,
damage,
that's
you
yeah.
catch it.
That's true. So it's too wide for it to be caught. Like he's not even close to hitting you.
You'd have to dive like a goalkeeper for it.
Nah.
Yeah, so he calls out, takes the shot, and I guess he's probably just gonna try and like dive to one side to like because he sees two people rushing him. He's gonna back up to where he knows his reinforcements are. Elizabeth, you're up.
Okay. I need to get between him and his reinforcements. So can I just step behind him?
Can you misty step behind him?
Well, yeah, to the other side of him.
Yes, he's close enough for you to do that. That will remove your stealth.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But I don't want him going towards his mates. How far away were his mates?
You don't
I
know,
remember.
because they were all moving. You don't actually have a frame of
Yeah.
reference for where they are.
Would they be able to see me if I teleported behind him?
It's possible. You don't know. You don't know where they're standing.
Okay.
He did dart off to one side, like, towards the buildings rather than, like, away.
Then I guess... Is he also wearing the metal breastplate?
Yes.
Then yeah, I think I'm gonna get behind him. Like, right behind him. And
Okay.
zap.
You teleport behind him, charge the shocking grasp, and
Yeah.
grab hold of his plate.
Nothing personnel, kid. Wow, that's a bad roll.
That is a bad roll. That just hits.
Woo! Bzzzt.
Okay, so he takes 15 lightning damage. And he does no reaction now.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I will say, as you appear and de-stealth, you see maybe 40 feet away, there's another guy, and then maybe another 30 feet from him, there is one of the demons.
Yeah, okay.
They are, like, turning towards the shouts and will probably see you in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Arya, you're up. You watch Elizabeth materialize behind this guy and, like, shock him with a jolt.
I guess I'll shoot him.
Okay, you knock an arrow, release. I guess are you stopping where you are and firing, or are you continuing to run forward while, like, firing? Are you, like, strafing him as you run? Are you still headed for the trees? Is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Or pillars, sorry.
Pillars. Spires. Whatever we call
Spires,
them.
yeah. Spires is better.
Things.
Okay.
Eat my
Oh my
arrow,
God.
you bitch.
Okay, that is the arrow, like, sinks into the vulnerable part where his corner of his shoulder plate meets the breastplate, and sinks deep. And yeah, I guess you with your movement speed, you will basically, like, make it, like, 20 feet past him, so you can also see the other guy and the fiend that are turning towards you. The alarm is about to go up big time. Grim, you're up.
Well, okay, one quick question: how far away is the elevator mechanism?
At this point, maybe 50 feet behind you.
50 feet.
You've travelled quite a ways towards this guy.
Well, 50 feet's not all that much. What I'm gonna... okay, so... I'm just gonna... Well, I'm gonna just try finish the nearby guy.
Okay. So you're running
whilst
straight
also
into him.
saying, whilst also saying, can somebody, like, blow up the elevator?
Blow up the elevator.
I don't know, like, fireball or something, I don't know. Let's see.
It's not an insane idea. You have advantage because
Oh,
you advantage because you're undetected.
Yes, I forgot it's the first attack. Well, didn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Second attack. I don't know if the last attack hits.
It does not.
Okay. Oof.
So yeah, you draw the Red King's treachery and like slam it into him. He's able to like drop the hand crossbow and draw the sword in enough time to parry you twice. Oh, sorry, parry you once and then like soften the other blow. But yeah, you score some hits on him. He is like he's looking like you've scored some wounds on him. He's not looking super great, but he is still standing.
Cool.
Kelariis. Let's just go to some actual combat.
Probably try to finish this guy off. He's within.
He's 10 feet from you. Like, well, he's now 10 feet from you, and because yeah,
Oh.
you all started 10 feet from him. Let me rephrase that.
Oh, I see. I'm gonna just try to. Celestial, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that. My sheet will let me click. Hello. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, you score a hit.
Yeah. If he's still alive, I guess I'll try to pull him closer.
He is. Yeah, you yank him towards you.
Yeah. I think it's 10 feet, so he's now right in front.
Yeah, he's basically like pulled basically right on top of you.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just try to, obviously not throw this time, but like stab him.
Yeah.
Kerlestro, since I have it out.
Yep, go for it.
Oh wow. Okay.
That is a
Oh,
crit.
shit.
Nice.
Yep. And I get the radiant too this time. Me.
Okay, so that is minus that,
That's a
and
sad
then
crit on that one,
minus
though.
that. So yeah, you strike him with the spear, like leaving a long gouge through his thigh. He is looking really bad, but he is like he's still in the process of like holding this sword, like ready to fight back. Although he is rapidly noting that he is outnumbered. That is for sure. The fiend spends its turn like just absolutely sprinting to get as close to you as possible. And then the other guy will draw his hand crossbow and I guess take a shot at Elizabeth, because Elizabeth was the first person to appear. Oh wow.
I will reaction shield.
Okay, you cast your shield. The arrow explodes inches from your face.
Ooh. What did he roll?
Well, he technically, because I see every dice roll as advantage. He rolled a 13, but he rolled a crit with his other dice. So theming.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
In another timeline, that hit you square in the face.
That would have been not pleasant.
No, it wouldn't.
I think yeah, the guy who is like basically at your feet, Kelariis, will begin to let me just check what this actually requires. He will begin to cast a spell.
Oh, well.
Well, I can't do anything about it. I've used my reaction.
Okay. So you all.
Oh, wait. I have a thing for that. I was like, hold on, wait. I took a feat for this, but I couldn't remember if it was a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
I can make a melee attack against him.
Okay, go for it.
He's within 5 feet of me, I'm assuming, because he's like.
Yes, he's at your feet. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I guess Kerlestro. I don't have time to like draw my sword proper. I would assume.
No.
So I'm just gonna go for it with Kerlestro again.
Okay. Hit.
Yeah. Okay.
He is unfortunately still standing.
No. Please.
God damn it.
Is there like a side effect from doing it, or is it just the attack? Doesn't he need to like make a con save now to not feel the spell
No, when I damage a creature that's concentrating, they get disadvantage. But that's...
Oh, that was what I.
And I have an advantage on saving throws.
Yeah.
It spells cast by creatures within 5 feet of me. Great!
Um,
Well, if he targets me.
So you watch this guy and Kelariis disappear as a 15-foot sphere of darkness just engulfs both of them.
Oh. Lovely.
And
Worse.
Kelariis, like your like as your vision like fades out, you basically like feel him disappear from in front of you, like from underneath your spear, as he uses the accumulated darkness to step 60 feet away.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, technically with that, none of you are able to see him anymore. So he
But,
is.
like, don't I get? Doesn't that mean I still get a reaction? Because I was also next to the guy, of course.
No, Kelariis pulled him away from you.
Yeah.
Oh, pulled him away. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Elizabeth, you're up. What's doing?
I think she probably just turns to her companions and say, maybe we can lose them,
Like I said.
and starts moving into the spires.
Okay, yeah, you're taking a sprint for the spires.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a dash, I will say you can make it like basically to the perimeter.
I mean, I can get well inside as well if I blink. I mean, can I get behind one of those?
Yeah.
Like one of them. Basically?
Oh, important thing. The demon is basically standing like right on top of you, and he has a 10-foot reach range. So
It's okay, I can
you,
misty step out of
yeah,
his way.
okay, you misty step out of his reach.
Yeah, because I want to get. I also kind of want to get behind one of the.
Okay, yeah. So you
behind one of the
blink
spires.
forwards and sprint into the spires.
Yeah.
Arya.
So we can't see the initial guy anymore.
You cannot. He has disappeared.
But I can see like that demon thing.
You can, yes. Elizabeth
let's
just
try that.
teleported away from him. Okay. You fire off an arrow. That's a hit. Cool. Yeah, the arrow sticks in its torso. It doesn't seem bothered.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Movement.
I guess getting deeper into the spires.
Okay. Yeah. With 40 feet of dash, you won't make it to the spires yet because it was Elizabeth like basically made it with 90 feet. So, and you only have 40-foot dash thanks to Lyra. Grim.
So, how far away was the nearest building? Considering, like, the elevator was 60 feet, but like.
From where you are now, the closest building is like 10 feet away.
I am gonna throw an alchemist fire on the roof of a building if it looks like it's like, or is it like it's not made like it looks organic, right? Like it has the.
Yes, it's I think I described it previously. They look like wood huts, but they're not made out of wood. They're made out of some other material.
Yeah.
You can certainly throw an alchemist fire and see if it catches fire.
That's what's happening.
Okay, you yeet an alchemist fire into the roof.
And start running.
Okay. So yeah, you don't make it nearly as far because of short legs, but you are chasing after Arya. As you look over your shoulder, the alchemist fire does seem to take.
Good.
Kelariis, you're up.
Also have
Oh,
bonus
wait, I
action.
can't see shit.
Oh, you're second winding. Cool.
Yeah. I still had that.
Do I sort of know what direction the force is in, even though I can't, or well, the spires, I suppose,
Yes.
are in, even though I can't see?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to attempt to move in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, you within a few feet, you break free of the darkness and see where you are.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll break into a sprint that way. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Because Arya's also headed that way, right? And I can see.
Yes, you are heading. You can head towards Arya. You will pass Grim, and the fiend will basically be like right on top of you on its turn.
Oh, can I see how far Elizabeth has gone?
You maybe catch Elizabeth's tail flaps disappearing behind the first spire.
Okay, great.
The back of her robes and her long hair. The only inaccuracy of her token.
Yeah. But I don't reach Grim without sprinting, I'm guessing.
What is your stride again, Grim? Sorry, what is your movement speed? Stride? What game is
Oh.
this?
It's
Stride?
25.
25. So, technically, if Kelariis was 10 feet ahead of you and you've moved 25, oh no, sorry, 10 feet behind you and you've moved 25. Kelariis, you can technically make it within 5 feet of Grim without sprinting. If you're trying to do what I think you're trying to do.
Yeah, I want to see if I can grab him in Dimension Door. If he's okay with
yeah,
it.
you can certainly try. Grim, I
Okay,
presume
yeah, I
you're
guess-
willing.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I'm not gonna
as I
resist,
approach
but,
Grim,
like,
I'm gonna be like, shall we jump?
I guess I'll be a package again.
Sorry, what was that, Minnie?
I said I guess I'll be the package again.
Oh god, I'm reminded of the intro to the Red War cutscene where Ikora just grabs Cade because he's being an idiot and just teleports before the ceiling falls on him.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
zoop.
yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what's happening.
Man.
Yeah, and I guess it's... Oh, sorry, go.
Okay. I was gonna say at least the reason here is a little less bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because you have short legs.
Yeah.
Mm.
I guess
Yeah,
I
you
just
know-
like grab Grim and I guess going what would be what by my best guess is a safe distance for us to get into the forest or spired foresty area without like because I can go kind of far with Dimension Door.
Yeah, you can go like 300 feet, right?
I can go up to 500, but I don't want to go like too far and lose the others.
Up to you. I'm
Okay.
seeing this like the edge of the forest is probably like 90 feet away because that's how far it
Okay.
took Elizabeth to like jump, sprint,
Oh,
and
right.
and hide. So yeah, anywhere beyond that.
I suppose maybe like 100. Maybe like 100. If I can see like an open-ish space there that like won't slam us into like one of the spiders, I suppose.
Yeah.
So 100 or beyond, which are, like wherever something is like clear and kind of away from things.
If you look at the artwork, that's sort of the
Mm.
literally the visual perspective that you have. Like it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like 100, maybe a little bit farther if that lands me in like a more clear space for the two of us. But
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. You blink the two of you forwards, which just leaves Arya. As the fiend will turn and lumber towards Arya, it will use its entire sprint to basically make it to you. The guy that disappeared previously will take a max range shot with his hand crossbow as he reappears from behind the building. 11.
No.
And the other guy will take a shot with his hand crossbow. 18.
Yes.
Uh,
I catch it.
yes, you can certainly try. Is it a D10 plus your dex to reduce the damage?
I don't know because it's not an item in my inventory. It's just.
It's in the you can look at the handout.
Yeah, it should be still in the handouts.
Gloves of missile snaring.
Under artifact.
1d10 1d10 plus dex mod.
Okay, so roll a D10 for me. Because your dex mod is 6, right?
Wow, that's really shitty.
10.
Your dex mod is 6, right, Arya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you catch the crossbow bolt.
Oh, okay. Great. Fuck you. This is the second time only
Yeah.
that I've used these gloves.
See, we're remembering.
As you
It's a
catch
little
this, by the way, you can see the tip of this bolt is coated with some form of translucent liquid.
Great.
Oh.
Uh,
I should have known to
good
be
thing you caught
poisoned
it
with the
then.
drow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Elizabeth, you are presumably continue to sprint into the forest.
Yeah, but still keeping like an eye behind me, so to make sure no one's getting left behind.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, as you look behind you into the forest, Arya is basically just being borne down upon by the
Yeah.
large fiend.
In that case, I might just do the teleport for 60 feet, then teleport and run for 60 feet, and then turn around and distraction firebolt, I guess.
Okay. You're shooting like a max range firebolt out.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I probably can't reach the little huts anymore, so I guess I just hit. I'm just gonna distract.
Yeah,
the guy.
the fiend is probably barely within the 120 for firebolt.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Shouldn't have advantage, but whatever. Blammo.
Cool. Oh wait, hang on, that's only half. Yeah, it explodes, sort of showering him in sparks. Arya, the creature is basically bearing down on you, getting ready to slam you. What do you want to do? Do you want to try and avoid being slammed, or do you just want to sprint for it? Arya?
Luka?
I think he's dead.
She's dead.
Did she mute? Oh, she's muted.
I presume she's
Sorry,
being ambushed by dogs.
I'm back. Yes, I was, but I'm back. What did I miss?
So the fiend is bearing down on you, getting ready to slam you with its giant ogre-sized arms. Are you gonna run away at full pelt, or are you gonna run away whilst avoiding getting slammed? You won't get as far if you do the second option.
Well, I would like to not be slammed, so I think I'm gonna go with just avoiding the slam and running.
Okay.
On and slam. Except don't. Please
And
don't
welcome
slam.
to the jam.
Okay, so you make it another 40 feet. You make it to the edge of the spires.
So I guess it's more like, please do not slam.
And do not jam. No slam, no jam.
I mean, no, they want to start jamming, because if they're jamming, they can't chase you.
That's true.
So
Please
Grim,
do not slam. Just go on and jam.
Grim, you feel the terrain under your feet change from smooth rocks to grubbly undergrowth, and you have to quickly correct your stride as Kelariis yoinks you through space. What are you doing?
Well, we're pretty far ahead at this point.
Yeah, you see Arya getting to the edge of the forest 100 feet away from you in the distance.
I guess I just try and predict where they're gonna be heading, so we kind of meet up.
She's basically running straight towards you, so.
Okay. In that case, I should probably just keep running. Although I'll slow down the pace a little till the people catch up a little. So I won't sprint, and I'll just keep an eye out just so we don't run off a cliff.
Okay.
So the forest.
I will interpret that as moving 25 feet and then taking the dodge action.
Well, I would be more accurate. I'm not necessarily dodging. I'm more just concerned about what's ahead.
Being concerned is not an action.
Oh no, but actively discerning what is ahead of me. Perceiving.
Okay. Make me a perception check then.
'Cause I think, well, I will admit, I expect the answer to be more forest, but at the same time,
You cannot see the rock for the trees. No, that's not true.
You can't see the trees because they're all rocks.
So, taking in a quick look at your surroundings, it is impossible to get much of a distinction due to the number and density of the spires. However, what you can tell is if you keep running in the direction that you are currently running, which is actually not the direction that the compass was pointing Elizabeth earlier, you will basically start running uphill at some point, and it'll be quite a steep hill. If you turn to the left, you will be heading towards where the compass was indicating, and it basically like progresses in a series of dips and then sort of levels off a little bit further down. Yeah, so basically the way you need to go is downhill. If you keep running in the same direction, you'll be going uphill.
Well, I think we should just run downhill in that case, because I think the one thing worse than like getting chased is getting lost.
Okay.
Yeah, follow the compass, because ever-changing abyss and all that.
Okay. You start gesture to your comrades, so they have a clue of which direction to head in, and you adjust your sprint or your jog to take you in that direction. Kelariis, you see the directions that Grim is giving. What are you doing?
I will run in that direction as well, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming at this point we're just all out sprinting, so...
Yeah, to a degree. I guess, yeah, the demon will continue to pursue Arya. And you disengaged, right? Yes, you did.
Yes.
So you moved 40 feet. His movement speed is 40 feet, so... oh, no, wait, no, his movement speed is 30 feet.
Fuck you.
So...
Face plug in.
Yeah, he will again sprint to catch up with you, but he cannot take a swing at you. The one remaining guy who can see you will fire off a pot shot with a hand crossbow. 17.
I'm gonna catch it.
Does it hit?
No, but I'm gonna catch it.
You can't
Yes,
catch.
it does hit. Sorry.
Oh, it does hit. Okay, roll
But
me the.
I'm going to catch it.
Roll me the d10
That's why I
again.
was saying I'm gonna catch it, because it does
Okay.
hit.
Okay, so
How many times can you do this again?
I don't know if there's a limit.
Yeah, I don't think there's a limit. You just keep doing
I
it
think
as
it's
long as
just
you're wearing the gloves.
reaction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just per reaction, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, look at that. That's even more damage reduced.
Yep, you catch it again.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You need a free hand as well, but it's easy to just drop the bolt afterwards.
Behind you, you hear the drow yelling at each other in Undercommon and turning towards the building that has caught fire. However, as you toss this bolt aside and you feel the creature like lumbering up behind you as you're running, you can see two more rapidly approaching from the direction of the buildings. The drow have stopped following you, the demons have not.
Great. Love to see it.
Elizabeth, you are bearing witness to the same thing as you look over your shoulder.
Yeah. How far back is the big beastie at this point?
Considering how much you're moving, he is like maybe 100 feet.
Okay. In that case, I will close in 10 feet.
Okay.
And try to cast Hold Monster.
Okay.
So
Go for it.
It needs to make me a Wisdom save against
Okay.
DC 19.
This is not a charm, so he does not get any benefits. He rolled a 14.
He is paralyzed.
Haha.
Okay, so the creature like basically like stretches out to like try and pummel Arya with like two fists, like bringing them down like sledgehammers, and just promptly just goes rigid halfway through. He's paralyzed.
Cool. Doesn't say anything about me having to stay within that distance, so
Nope.
I can now run 20 feet and keep going. Can't Misty Step now though, because I cast a spell.
Yep. Okay. Arya, the creature behind you locks up from Elizabeth's spell.
Excellent.
I'm guessing you're just legging it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full sprint.
You sprint 80 feet off into the spires. Elizabeth, does the fiend get to make saving throws against this at the end of every round?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
So
So
specifically at the end.
is everyone else running?
Yeah,
Seems
pretty
so.
much.
Yes.
We're all just
Okay.
running. Yeah, I guess I would emphasize as well, since I probably got a little bit ahead in the wrong direction. I'm running slightly diagonally to close in with everyone again.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're trying to group up. You
Yeah.
can see each other, so
Yeah.
okay. He fails 1 turn. He fails 2 turns. He fails 3 turns. There is no way he can catch up to you.
Woohoo! Fantastic.
Just keep running.
Okay. So yeah, despite the howls and barks in the abyssal language, they quickly fade away behind you. Whilst it cannot be that difficult for them to track you, like tramping through this stony undergrowth, it is clear that like after a short while they fall far enough behind that they lose interest in pursuing you.
I mean, actually, that's a point. Did Arya at any point cast another, Pass Without a Trace didn't get dropped? So
Oh,
would
that is
still be, hang
that
on,
is true.
Why have I done that? Why have I done that?
You never took.
Yeah. Yeah, and Pass Without Trace means we don't leave a trail.
That's true.
True.
Yeah. So even more reason why they can't chase you.
Nice.
Bye, suckers.
Okay. Yeah. So you disappear off into the undergrowth. Well, I say undergrowth, stone
Into the spires.
into the spires. Yeah, and I guess you eventually sort of like you get deep enough in that you're you lose sight of everything that's like going on behind you. And yeah, I guess what you feel secure that you have evaded them. What do you want to do?
I guess start following the compass again, but at speed. For
Okay.
a bit, maybe.
Okay, so
No
you're
objections.
it doesn't sound like anyone's objecting.
No.
Like I don't mean like still like full on running, but like
Yeah, not taking the effort to be sneaky.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. A brisk march,
Okay,
quick march,
Yeah.
cool.
and follow the compass.
Yeah, so I guess for maybe the next hour or so, you continue to follow the compass whilst maintaining a reasonable like pace. Eventually, the spires sort of like start to become thinner and like more widely spaced as you cut through this. Until you basically you've been going progressively downhill as you've been following this, until eventually you come to what is basically like a slippery slope downwards, interspersed with the occasional like spire that reaches up. And as you look down this slope, you basically it's going to like funnel down into like a canyon, basically. And the compass wants you to head to the canyon. At this point, despite the heroic endeavours that you have all been going through, you are all beginning to feel the pressure of the day. It is difficult to tell time down here, but it definitely feels like a long time since you last ate and rested.
We like at the canyon, or are we just making our way there then?
You are currently at the top of a slippery slope leading down to the canyon.
Probably best to take a rest before we go in, especially if we don't know what's down there.
Yeah. Do we feel safe here?
About as safe as anywhere, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. Like Arya said,
Yeah.
safe as anywhere.
Is there somewhere I can kind of because obviously based on this illustration, the spires aren't like perfectly straight, and they have like these little cubby holes like this little bit.
Yeah.
So like, is there a decent one of those I could nestle the Leomund's tiny hut in to keep it mostly out of sight?
Give me a group survival roll to find a good place to stay the night.
Well, let's see.
I guess Arya with advantage.
Yeah, I have a
Wait.
+7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we're helping, so.
Yeah, you're able to find a place that you can nestle the Leomund's tiny hut.
Nice.
Good.
It is not. It's not possible to fully conceal it, but it is possible
Yeah.
to conceal it enough that it will be less noticeable and still provide
Yeah.
good shelter.
And I keep thinking there's a way to change its color, but I don't know if there is.
You can change the opacity of the color, because it's an opaque color on the outside, and you can choose that. I think.
Oh yeah, any color you choose.
Yeah.
I guess if I make it the same color as the surrounding stone, then.
Yeah.
Just, I don't necessarily want it to be like expertly hidden, but like I want it to be.
Yeah.
visible.
Well, you cannot make it expertly hidden within the permutations of the spell, but yes, I know what you mean.
Exactly. Yeah. As hidden as possible.
Okay. Yeah, you set up the tiny hut, and you and your companions prepare to take a rest. Yeah, I guess consume some provisions and prepare to take a long rest. Is there anything that you want to do before you take this long rest?
I don't think there's anything specific we need. Everybody, amulet check, all that good stuff.
Everyone's like frantically patting themselves down.
Oh.
Yeah, because you're all wearing the protective amulets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, no,
I'm
sorry, I
still
remembered.
I'm still wearing both necklaces.
Good.
I still have all of my things, if a bit waterlogged, some of it.
Yeah.
All the important stuff isn't water damageable though, so that's convenient at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. In that case, I guess you take a long rest, and that will ding you all to level 20.
Yeah.
Oh
guess
my
I'd-
god.
I guess I'd get Scarlet out so that Scarlet can help with the watch.
Okay.
Because I don't think Scarlet really needs to sleep. And an extra pair of eyes can't hurt.
Yeah, you can have Scarlet watch along with Lyra and Arya. And yeah, I guess you all take a long rest, which will ding you all to level 20. We will take a brief break shortly before we get into anything else. Give you a chance to do that. But before we do that, I need to borrow Kelariis.
What?
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
Oh, no.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Let me pause that for a hot second. And I don't think I have actually any. I suppose this will do. Okay. So, Kelariis, as you settle down to sleep in this place, sleep does not come easily, as it never does in a situation where you find yourself on the edge of danger constantly. But eventually, with some comfort and coaxing, it does come. As you drift off into unconsciousness, you sense a familiar, warming presence approaching you. And in your mind's eye, you see a a figure that seems familiar yet different. Much as you saw him in the crossroads when you visited, the armoured and caped form of Tritherian stands in front of you. But in this moment, he looks old. Not the red-headed, youthful Tritherian that you saw standing in the crossroads. One much more worn by the stresses of time. His hair is faded, his skin is wrinkled and bears the sort of the speckling of age. But still seeming cheerful and jovial all the same. He steps up to you before sitting cross-legged in front of you, bringing himself down to your height. He bows his head to you and says, "Well, Kelariis, you have come far, and if my understanding is correct, then there is not much further left for you to go."
I suppose not.
He smiles, but there's a sort of like a sadness in the corner of his eyes. And he says, "It took a great deal of my power to reach out to you like this. You are straying almost beyond where my abilities can reach. Soon enough, your ties to me will be so far that I can no longer see you."
Is
And
that why you look like this? And I just kind of like gesture vaguely.
he sort of like reaches up and like touches the side of his face and says, "I think this is how you perceive the stress that is placed on me. Perhaps that is what your mind sees as appropriate."
I understand.
He sort of he like it almost seems to like realize something and chuckles a little and says, "Funny. Celestials age, but not in the ways that you would recognize it. Time has a lot more meaning to mortals. I think almost."
Kelariis nods a little bit, like
Yeah.
kind of understanding.
I think I almost enjoy the idea of being old. But that is not why I'm here. As I said, you are soon to pass beyond the extent of my power. And to leave you alone in such a dark place to face such a grave threat, I could not do it. Which is why I'm here to impart one last gift to you.
You've already given me so much, though.
This one is different. And I think he sort of like reaches up and like touches the center of his chest, and produces like a glowing mote of light between his fingers. Extends his hand in front of you, like so that you can see what he's holding, and says, "This is a piece of my power. It is the same piece that you have always drawn upon in the moment of need. It has always been mine, but I have left it open to you when you felt it was necessary." I am here now to turn this piece over to you. It
I
will.
think Kelariis' eyes kind of like widen a little bit.
He like looks at you like seriously and very like wizenly and just sort of says, I understand that this is a big undertaking, but to do what you need to do, I believe it is necessary. No longer will you be reliant on me for your connection to the Celestial. Your power always came from within you, but now you will have full control of it.
This is a great deal of responsibility, but also a great honor.
I would not do this if I did not trust you. In fact, I know of no other Celestial who has ever given this so freely before. But I was always one to go against convention.
I think I kind of just like smile at that a little bit.
He extends the hand to you. Take it.
I think I like pause for a second and then like look him in the eyes and say, I promise that I will not let you down. And I'll reach for it.
He lets you take it. And like sort of as you feel this like the warmth radiate through this like in from your palm, the compulsion to like bring it and hold it close is very strong. And he just smiles and says, I believe you when you make that promise, but there is no need to make it to me. Make it to yourself. Always do what is right by you.
I will. Thank you.
You bring the mote of light close to your chest, feel it radiate throughout you, and you are aware of a change as you absorb this. A pair of warm, radiant celestial wings extend from your back, and a set of a series of long, rolling red locks sort of like descend from your head and like settle like around your shoulders. You look at your body, and all of a sudden, you even though you're in this vision, you're still wearing your own armor. A set of celestial armor, much like Tritherians, has settled around you. He beams at you as this like transformation takes place, and he says, This power is but a part of what you can wield now. It will take time, and you will not be able to hold it forever. But I hope it makes a difference.
I think that it already has. I just kind of give like a very reassuring and I just forgot the word I wanted to use. Determined look.
Mm-hmm. He smiles back, returns the sentiment, sort of like very stiffly sort of stands up from his cross-legged stance and sort of says, well, this has already been a drain on my powers. Good luck, Kelariis. Not that you will need it. And when your task is successful, I would like to see you again.
I'd like that as well. I will see you when I return.
He nods, like inclines his head to you, and yeah, then you feel yourself like almost like slipping backwards into the unconsciousness of sleep as he fades away in front of you. And with that, we'll go back.
Okay.
Oh,
Hello.
Okay. So yeah, with that, we will take a short break. You guys can level up, and we will come back.